Well, let me thank you guys for inviting me. I thank both parties and also the chairman of this virtual event for speaking earlier about Nigeria. I am not going to be able to impress anybody here. I am rusty. I'm not rusty. I'm depressed about Nigeria. And I'm not depressed about just Nigeria, I'm depressed about Nigerian youths. We love to have these conferences. I don't know how many conferences I've attended in my lifetime, but I know that we love conferences. We like seminars, we like symposia, just so that we don't take, we like to talk. Um, and Chairman Chidi Udinkalu earlier asked if Nigeria is a nation or a country. The answer is simple. Nigeria is not a nation. Nations are not built like this. Nigeria is a country because it has boundaries, and those boundaries are also now uh, been encroached upon by the internal contradictions of the Nigerian state. Nigeria wasn't created by Nigerians; it was created by Europeans, particularly the British. When I say Europeans and British, I know some of you would think, well, the British are not Europeans because Brexit. They're all the same people. And it was created as a space for business. And that business is what continues till today. But without wasting too much time on history, I want to go to the youth. I have never seen young people like we have in Nigeria before. And I will start by using a small example I had. I had a thief. When I say thief, I had a fight with the guys who fought for not too young to run on an Al Jazeera show one day. I think it was the director. And I said to him, Guy, you're asking for young people to run for office, but you took your message to old people, Buhari, to give young people the right to run. You have missed it from there. People don't ask for their rights to be tabled before their oppressors. You cannot buy products. You can't own a house. You can own clothes, cars, and legitimately. And when you bought them, you take all these things and list to a thief, and say, look, these are my possessions. Please don't steal them. What does a thief do? The job of a thief is to steal. So it doesn't matter whether you submit to a list or not. It's going to take away your possessions. That is what the leaders of Nigeria do. They take away the right of young people to be relevant, to be obsolete, to be subdued, subjugated. And any young person that stands up to these old people, they crush them. So you're asking for young people to lead, but you're asking people who don't want to leave power to grant you the right. It's an oxymoron. It was a wrong decision, wrong-headed decision from the beginning. And permit me to say that the problem of Nigeria is not the old people, it's complacent young people. Because if you look at Nigeria today, the people who are likely to attack Professor Chidi Odinkalu, if he has a brilliant idea about how to move this country forward, are young people. The people who are likely to attack you and I who are here today, for peanuts, when I mean peanuts, some of them they're just giving 1,000 naira data, as they call it. They are young people. The people who are doing some of the worst crime against young people are young people. The thugs who snatch election ballots are young people. Old people cannot do that because they can't cope with, what is required to carry out these atrocities. So I came to a conclusion That just like South Africans at a point had a black on black crisis, that was after apartheid, blacks started joining blacks. Young people, we have a youth on youth crisis in Nigeria. That is to say that even if a young person were to have ideas, strong, powerful, articulate, the person who will shoot down the ideas on behalf of old people are young people. As I'm speaking with you today, right? I and Professor Shidi can testify to this. We fought military rule in the 90s. I entered the University of Lagos in 1989. So I came in at the late 80s. Professor Shidi and them were before us. And during military rule, we fought every military dictator, administrator, minister. Today, we are still confronted with democratic wickedness from young people. Somebody mentioned the governor of Kogi State. He's young. His deputy is young. They are holding 2 people in detention as we speak because they pasted a poster against Buhari. But before you abuse Kogi State governor and his deputy, what about the young people who are either silent about it or who are supporting the fact that 2 young people were beaten, they were tortured, they were made to eat the posters, and all of you are silent about it? None of you that I know on this list has ever tweeted about it. Well, maybe I may be wrong, some of you might, because you don't care, because you're young people who are aspiring to become the next wicked old man. We must tell ourselves the truth, guys. We should stop deceiving ourselves. If we want to liberate ourselves today, we will be free. We will be free. You know, I've never met Sita Shidoka before, but I will say here today that when I was active in Sahara Reporters, this young man, and I know he's no longer young because I see his entire beard is gray now. Every time I reached to him about information, he gave me information, and he didn't think of me as someone who's against the government or was doing it. He believed that I have the right to get information from him. He would say to you, no doubt, that look, don't quote me because they might go after me. But he was doing his job, as far as I know, conscientiously at that time. He was a young person who believed that information should be free. We should ensure that this country is a better country. But I'm sure, you know, all of you will hear me now. I know Sita will not like it. That he was a young man with ideas who worked with the wrong set of people for political reasons. I would never have worked with Jonathan, you know, even if they gave me $1 million or, you know, $1 billion, I would never have worked with Jonathan. They had nothing to offer, you know, and you couldn't have made me a minister under Jonathan. I would have accepted, even if I was dying of hunger. But Osita had to do what he had to do, you know, because that is his own trajectory in life, or that's how he wanted to live his life. So, guys, I am saying to you, right, I don't have anything to impress you with. I'm not going to speak grammar today. I'm not, you know, you probably leave this place and said, we listened to Sowore. Sowore had nothing to say to us. I'm fine with that. But I will challenge you with something, right? That if we want to stop having these conferences, seminars, Zoom meetings, let every young person in Nigeria talk to every young person, say, look, we are in chains, we are in slavery, and we want to break free. And we can do it in a matter of weeks. NSAS has taught us that. But before you can break free, you must also disentangle yourselves. Absolutely disentangle yourselves from your godfathers, your, you know, your benevolent friends, the people who you don't want to offend. You must be willing to offend everybody, and you must be willing to take down this system. This system has nothing to offer young people. It has nothing for the future. I attended the primary school and they said the future is for the youth. I attended secondary school, they said the future is for the youth. I attended the University of Lagos, they said the future was for the youth. The only time I had a future ever in my life, guys, was in a different country that didn't promise me that the future was for the youth, because they had built a system where if you had ideas, it could work. And that was in New York City, where I started Sahara Reporters between New York and New Jersey. Nobody asked me my ethnicity. Nobody asked me my country of origin. They just said, wow, you have an idea about how to build a news website that could create news and verify them. Before you knew it, everybody was coming to me, including the J school professors at Columbia University who would bring their students over to me in my office, small office in New York City. When I moved to Nigeria in 2017, the day I was building an NGO, a media lab, there was somebody waiting for me at the gate to beat me up. The next week or month, a judge had given an order for my account to be frozen. The following week, another judge had given a judgment against me without service. Before I knew it, between 2017 and 2018, when I ran for office, and 2019, when I ran for office, and 2020, I had become a persona non grata. I had been detained for 5 months. I have been restricted to a place called Abuja. It's never happened before. It happened in my own country. Meanwhile, I lived in racist America. I lived in intolerant America that allowed me to flourish. But in my own country, Nigeria, I was muzzled everywhere, to the point that I have no identity today other than being, feeling bad that I was born in a country called. If young people want to change this, you will change it. And it's not a matter of semantics. It's not a matter of conferences. It's not a matter of Zoom meetings. We need it, no doubt. I won't discountenance the need for Zoom meetings or this kind of conversations and engagement and interaction. But when we are ready, when we are ready, we would be free.